All right. The astrological seventh house, okay, ruled by Venus, or the planet Venus, which, if you're not familiar with astrology, Venus is Libra's ruler, okay? It's the ruler of Taurus. These are very feminine signs. I actually have my Taurus as my ascendant in my natal chart. But this is the seventh house, the astrological seventh house. Now, if the first six houses of the astrological chart map the journey of the individual from the self, first house, to daily routines, which is the sixth house, then the seventh house marks a profound and necessary pivot outward, known traditionally as the house of marriage and partnerships. Its scope is far more encompassing and fundamental to the human experience. The seventh house is the descendant, the horizon where I meets thou. It is the arena of conscious relationships, the mirror in which we see ourselves reflected through others, and the foundational principle of agreement that binds society together. The most common association with the seventh house is that of committed one-to-one partnerships. This includes spouses, romantic partners, and significant business partners. Okay. Any relationship formalized by a contract or a deep mutual commitment. The sign on the cusp of the seventh house, the descendant, and any planets within it describe the qualities we unconsciously seek in our partners. Often these traits are projections of disowned or underdeveloped parts of ourselves. For instance, an individual with a Libra descendant may seek a partner who embodies balance, charm, and diplomacy, qualities they themselves are learning to integrate, always. Conversely, an Aries descendant might be drawn to partners who are assertive, independent, and direct, mirroring their own need to embrace these energies. However, to limit the seventh house solely to matrimony is to miss its deeper philosophical significance. This house governs all forms of the other. It is the principle of a relationship itself. Every time we engage in a meaningful interaction, whether a negotiation, a collaboration, or even a public dispute, we are operating within the domain of the seventh house. It is the house of diplomacy because it requires acknowledging another's perspective to find common ground. It is the house of contracts and treaties, from legal business agreements to the unspoken social contracts that allow society to function. In this sense, the seventh house is the cornerstone of civilization, moving us from a solitary existence to an interconnected one. So this brings us to a more shadowy yet equally important facet of the seventh house, open enemies. Alright, if the 12th house rules hidden enemies and self-undoing, the 7th house governs adversaries we know and face directly. These are not necessarily malicious figures, they are often simply those who oppose us, challenge us, or hold a viewpoint diametrically opposed to our own. In this role, the other acts as a crucial catalyst for growth. Through conflict and opposition, our own beliefs are tested, our boundaries are defined, and we are forced to evolve. The open enemy is, in a paradoxical sense, a partner in our development, holding up a mirror that reveals our strengths, weaknesses, and our convictions. The planets residing in or aspecting the seventh house color how we approach all of our relationships in life. Venus here may seek harmony and beauty in partnership, while Mars could bring a dynamic, competitive, or combative energy. Saturn might indicate lessons around commitment, responsibility, or delays in partnership, while Neptune could inspire spiritual union or introduce confusion and idealism. Ultimately, the seventh house teaches us that we cannot truly know ourselves in isolation. The self is defined and refined through its engagement with the non-self, our partners, both loving and adversarial. Show us what we value, what we fear, what we lack, and what we possess in abundance. The journey through the seventh house is an invitation to move beyond the ego's solitary perspective and embrace the dance of reciprocity. It is where we learn the art of compromise, experience the grace of true collaboration, and discover that the most profound truths about ourselves are often revealed in the eyes of another's. All right. Thank you for watching this video on the seventh house, and we'll see you in the next one.